I genuinely don't know how many more of these notices that I'm gonna be able to take.
Like and subscribe for more videos like this.
Hey guys, I can't believe I'm making another one of these videos already. I genuinely thought I was gonna have a little bit more time to process and just like to accept everything. But like I said in my other video, I want to make these videos in the sense of just finding a community to understand and accept what's going on so you're not alone, because truly I think I've mentioned it so many times that like if I was alone, like if I did not have social media to like talk about this with, I feel like I would have gone insane. But genuinely I hope this video can bring you some type of comfort that you are not alone in going through this, because genuinely I'm going through it. So if I'm going through it, you're probably going through it too. But overall, I just want to say to 10 that I'm so happy that he is choosing himself. And even though he's still staying in NCT and wavy, I am just so happy that he has a creative outlook, like a creative path that he wants to follow. And if SM wasn't helping him with that, by all means, I'm so happy that he's leaving so he can focus on himself. And I can't wait to see what solo work he brings out, because truly all of his albums that he's put out so far with wavy and as a solo artist have been amazing. And I truly can't wait to see what more he has in store. So, hey besties, I didn't know I was gonna make another one of these so fast. So just like my last video, which truly guys was not that long ago, and I knew we were gonna get more of these notifications as the year progresses. Did I expect it to come so fast? No. But just like I said in the other video, I feel like me making these videos and me like just speaking my thoughts out loud kind of helps me comprehend and just like, what's the word? I don't want to say, I mean, accept it, yes, but just like come to terms with it more and just kind of like getting my thoughts out loud, because I feel like if I just hold it in, I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I genuinely will go crazy. So if I'm struggling, you're probably struggling. So let's struggle together. So if you were awake like me at, actually, I have the time that I got the notification at, let's see, hold on, 12 midnight my time, which is Central USA time. It was 10 midnight when they released the statement of 10 not renewing his contract with SM. And genuinely, guys, when I saw that notification, like, I took off my glasses, because if you guys did not know, I'm like blind. I took off my glasses, closed my laptop, put my phone down, and I just stared straight into nothing for like 5 minutes, because I was like, OMG, like, what am I gonna read? Is it gonna be another like shattering heartbreak? Like, is my heart that's already like this gonna be like, ugh? Like, I was like, so I was so freaking scared. Like, I didn't want to click the notification because I was like, I literally just went through this on Friday and I was like, I can't go through another one. Truly. I've only been talking for like, what, 2 minutes? And truly, I feel a little bit better already getting my thoughts out. I think it's just a way that I cope. Like, I have to speak it out loud. If not, like, I go insane. But when I finally decided to read the notification, because I was like, I don't want to read this. Like, I was like, I don't want to do this. I read it, and genuinely, I was like, when I say that I was scared, guys, like, I was scared. Like, I literally was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to open this. Like, I don't want to do this, especially because I was like alone in my room. And like, I would love to have so many more like K-pop friends around me when things like this happen, because genuinely, I feel like I would be able to cope so much more. But I opened it, I read it, and genuinely, I wouldn't want to say, I don't want to say like surprised with what it said, because genuinely, my outcome for all the members, like, truly, is that they stay in NCT forever. I know that kind of sounds selfish and I'm so sorry, but literally it's just so hard because I've been with this group for 10 years, and just the thought of like losing more and more members scares me. I had to turn on my light because I genuinely could not see. But I do want to say, and I do want to preface this by saying that I literally will never be mad at the members for choosing themselves. Like, I will never be one of those fans of being like, oh my god, like, you're leaving, why are you leaving, like, you can't do that to me. Like, no, I am never going to be someone that's like that. Like, I will fully be in every NCT member's corner if they decide to leave SM, and I will literally be cheering them on so loud, hoping for the best. Obviously, is it going to take a little while for us to probably see them again? Maybe. Yes, of course. It kind of happens to everybody that like leaves their company, whether it's SM or like another company. But truly, like, I will never, ever, ever be against a member if they're doing this for their greater good. Like if they know that this is just not the place that they want to be at, and they know that they just need to do different endeavors and different things, I am fully gonna support them like 100%. But yeah, like right before I opened up the message, like genuinely I felt like I was gonna throw up, which is crazy. But after I read the message, I kind of felt a little bit more at ease, because it basically said that after 10 great amazing years, which is crazy, 10 years, these contracts are insane. It said that 10 had decided not to re-sign his contract with SM Entertainment. And I don't know why a lot of people on social media are saying that he's terminating his contract when he's not. Like it's basically like what happened to Mark. Their 10 years is up and they just decided not to resign. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the message, it did say that he was going to remain in NCT. And truly, I think that's what I was like dreading the most, being like, oh my gosh, like, is my heart gonna be crushed all over again kind of vibe. And genuinely, my heart is crushed a little bit. Like, it's okay to feel sad, right? Because it's like, as much as I would have loved NCT to be a group forever and be under the same company forever, I know that's never going to happen, right? Like people have their own needs, people have their own aspirations and their own dreams. And if being under a certain company that doesn't help them achieve those dreams, but by all means, I will support them 100% in leaving, right? And that's kind of how I felt like with 10 in the whole aspect of things. And a little fun fact, which I don't think I've ever mentioned it before, was basically I found NCT in 2017, right? Like I was like a casual fan, I would say. Like I was like, oh, like these are cool, I like their music, all that stuff, blah 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 blah. But it wasn't until I saw a music video from 10 that I was like, actually, like these guys are actually kind of cool. And I was like, okay, let me get more into this. And at that time I still didn't understand the whole thing with like the members and like how they're in different units and things like that. Like I was still so very confused. Like I was still so baby. Like it was crazy. But he was the one that like caught my attention first, and I was like, oh my gosh, like okay, like let me tune into NCT. Like let me see what is going on and all that stuff. And the rest is history. Now I'm a Neo for life. But I know a lot of people are confused in the sense of like, how did he leave SM Entertainment, but how is he still in his group? And guys, let me tell you, I was very confused at first also, but also I feel like I've been through this same scenario with other members of other groups, because I remember the first time I ever heard about someone leaving SM but still being in their group was definitely Girls' Generation and XO. And genuinely, I kind of didn't really understand it, but then as like years progressed and like more group members from other groups were doing it, I kind of understood, in the sense of like basically 10 left SM, right? From what I understand, I could be completely wrong, but what I understand is 10 left SM, right? But he didn't leave NCT slash wavy. And from what my understanding is that whenever it comes to 10's solo work, all of his solo work now will be under his new company, whatever company he decides to join, because obviously we still don't know. But whenever he wants to do work with wavy, or wavy just wants to do work in general, SM will kind of have to be in talks with his new company. But I think SM takes up more of the like control, not completely, but a good chunk of it. So whenever 10 wants to do work with wavy and with NCT, like it'll be under SM, not his like new company. So basically the two companies are working together to find like a middle ground so he's able to do both things, right? Kind of vibe. And I know a lot of people are like, it's SM, like I have very little hope and things like that. And like I totally get it. I totally get it. I feel like we've been through the mud and back like this whole weekend, and then literally Monday morning, like we get this like to the chest that the second NCT member, like it was crazy. But genuinely, like I said in my other video, I am so proud of 10 for choosing himself. And I know it's probably such a hard decision, especially when you're in a group like that, because there's so many members, and especially like within the units too. It's like, I feel like NCT, like, they're not just like co-workers, like people like to call it or whatever, where they're like, oh, are they actually friends? Or are they just co-workers? And I feel like with NCT, they're genuinely friends, like they're genuinely brothers. And I know it probably wasn't an easy conversation to have with his members, basically being like, hey, like I want to leave the company, but like you know, like I don't know how to even explain it, because I genuinely, like if that were me, I don't even know how I would come about it. Like I literally probably would have been like, Like, I don't even know, like, it's so scary. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's scary for them too, right? But I'm genuinely so proud of him for choosing himself and like having this idea of what he wants to do, like the path that he wants to take, and like I respect him 100% for it. Am I sad that we're probably not going to see him as much as we used to? Of course. Am I sad that he probably won't be in a lot of wayv's content anymore? Yes. Am I sad that he might not be a part of a lot of their schedules anymore? Yes. But genuinely, his happiness and any of the members' happinesses come before mine, truly, because he's been with this company for 10 years. A lot of these members have been with this company for 10 years, and genuinely, 10 years is a long time. 10-year contracts are kind of insane. And I know it's basically 7 years for like a contract within Korea, but if they do overseas promotions, like if they go to the America, if they go to the States, or they go tour and things like that, then they sign an additional 3 years, which makes up the 10, which I still think is crazy. But my eyebrows are never sisters, never twins. They're cousins, or very distant cousins, but you know what? I could care less. But genuinely, I'm so happy for 10. I can't wait to see what the future holds for him, whether it's with NCT and wayv or if it's his solo work. Like, genuinely, guys, if you've tuned in to his mini albums, his Japanese album and things like that, like, they're crazy good. Like, they're amazing. And am I gonna go do retail therapy right now? Of course. Am I gonna hopefully find wayv albums? Of course, because that's just who I am as a person, and I'm gonna go have fun and do things, right? And truly, I feel like I'm taking this so much better than Mark's situation. Love Mark. I truly wish him the best in everything that he decides to do in the future. But I feel like after the whole, just like, I guess, like, mentally preparing now, in the sense of being like, okay, like, more members are gonna leave. And I think now that I kind of like have the realization, like, you know what, like, members are gonna leave. Members are gonna do what they think is best for them, which obviously they should. And the whole thing with 10, I did have to take like a little break from whatever I was doing. Like, genuinely, I was like like freaking out a bit, but I do feel better. I do feel like I'm coming to terms with things way better than I did this past weekend, and I can't wait to see what 10 does in the future. 10 is so freaking talented, and SM was definitely holding him back. Like, I don't know about y'all, but 10, like, no matter what he does, he just captivates you in the most amazing way. And it's like, wow. And although we did get albums from him when he was under SM, and he truly did amazing, I know he could have done so much more, in the sense of SM giving him more. If you're an SM girly like me, you know this company, you know how they are. So it's kind of like, it's a breath of fresh air that he is leaving, but it's also scary in the sense of like, yes, he's leaving, but yes, he's also staying in NCT, and now we just kind of have to sit around and wait to see what that entails. And I know a lot of people are scared because they're basically saying like, hey, this is SM we're talking about, like, we can never trust them. And genuinely, I get it. I totally get it. But after reading his message that he posted on Instagram, I believe he posted it on his story, it made me feel so much better in the sense of just like the way that he's speaking, the way that things are, because I feel like every time they put that they've spoken to the members, they've spoken to every single one of them, they've talked about their future, they've talked about different things, it just makes me feel better in the sense of like, they're not doing this alone, and they also have the members in their corner as well, into being like, okay, like, this is the direction I want to take, and like them supporting it. But I trust 10, and I trust him, and the message that he put on Instagram, like I said, that this is not the end of him. Like, you're gonna continue to see, oh my gosh, that we're gonna continue to see him, that he's gonna continue releasing music and things like that, he's gonna continue being in wayv and in NCT, and genuinely, I'm so excited for him. I'm so excited for this new future of him. And also, I'm not gonna lie, if I would have read the notification and it would have said that 10 was also leaving NCT, of course I would have been in shock, and of course I would have been like like, I probably would have like started crying all over again. But honestly, I think I would have accepted it a little bit quicker, because I think after the whole Mark situation, which is similar but also different in its own sense, I feel like after I like calmed down and I like really looked into like Mark and everything, I was basically like, this is their life. Like, they need to do things for themselves. Like, if they don't want to be in NCT anymore, like, they don't want to be in NCT anymore. As much as it's gonna hurt me as a fan, like, who am I to dictate what they do with their life? Like, you know, that type of vibe. Just like people don't like when other people tell them how to live your life. Like, why am I gonna tell this person that has been through probably so much. Like, yes, they're famous and yes, all that stuff, right? But they're human too, and they have feelings and they have things that they have to go through, and truly it's like, let them do what they want. But I just want to say thank you to 10. Thank you for so many amazing things. Like, yes, he's still in NCT, and yes, he's still in wayv. We might not be able to see him for a little bit just as things are settling down and as he figures things out and stuff like that. But just know that I will be there whenever he's ready to come back and ready to do things. And it's truly so exciting to see them finally do things for themselves and that they weren't able to do because of like restrictions and everything like that. And truthfully, I know we have so many more of these contract renewal notices that we're probably going to get within the next year and the next year and a half, basically, because we have other members that still have more years to go. And truly, I think me speaking it out definitely helps with the way that I cope. And I hope that it helps you as well, because honestly, if I would have to go through this alone, I think I would have a mental breakdown and just literally, like, I don't even know, tear everything off my walls. Like, I don't even know. But it's kind of like, wow, like, I've never had to have, I've gone through this with a few other groups, but I don't think anything has hit me this hard because it's NCT, and NCT are literally the loves of my lives. But truly, 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 I'm so glad that he's choosing himself. I'm so glad that he's doing things that's going to benefit him. I'm so glad that he's doing things that he wants to do and not that anybody is telling him to do. And I know it's not like that, right? But genuinely, it's just so nice to see when someone is doing things for themselves and just like doing things for them. And I can't wait to see what 10 does in the future, like, truly. But now I'm gonna do my hair, and then afterwards I'll give you guys final thoughts on everything. As I'm doing my hair, I feel like I get like so silent, or I've been so silent like the last few days, just to kind of like, I don't know how to even explain, like, absorb or just like come to terms with everything. And genuinely, like, I almost tear up every single time. Like, I almost like cried my eyes out doing my hair on Friday, and I almost cried my eyes out doing my hair right now. And I know this is not something that's like sad. I mean, like, yes, it is sad in a certain way, or a certain, I don't know. Like, genuinely, I'm so happy that 10 is choosing himself as well as Mark. Truly, like, I love NCT so much, and all I literally want for the members is to be safe, happy, and healthy. And I'm so excited to see what 10 decides to do in his future, like what endeavors and what projects he decides to do. And best believe I'll be tuning into every single one of them. And genuinely, it's like, yes, I'm very happy that he's still in NCT and wayv, but I know there may come a day where he decides, like, actually, like, I think it's my time to leave. And as much as I would be like super duper sad if that were to happen, like, obviously I'm going to accept it. I'm going to love him no matter what. But my final thoughts, I am so glad that 10 is choosing himself. He has so much talent and so much creativity that I am so excited to see what he has in store for us next. And I'm still super duper excited to see what he continues to do with wayv and NCT. And literally, I think talking it out just makes it so much more easier for me to comprehend and for me to like accept. And I hope that it does that for you as well. But yeah, I don't know how many more I'm going to be able to handle. I know we have more contract renewals coming up soon, but I hope this helped you. I hope this video helped you in any shape, way, or form. And we got this.
What the dog doing?